Aloha everyone, this is Lenora, Hawaii's Pickle Lady. Today I'm going to show you how to make lemon bars. It's a favorite of many people. So what I'm going to do first is make the crust. I have 2 cups of flour in here. Now I'm adding half a cup of powdered sugar and 1 tablespoon of grated lemon rind. And so now I'm going to mix the 3 ingredients together. I'm adding 2 sticks of butter, which equals to 1 cup of butter, or half a pound of butter. Now I'm using a pastry cutter and cutting up the butter into the flour until everything is like little peas in here. Now I'm cutting in the butter, getting it all mixed up good. Just try to cut it all up in here. And usually the butter is cold. That's the way they make pie crust. It's similar. And then it gets stuck here, so I use the knife to kind of loosen it up. And just get the flour and the butter all mixed up. Now, if you don't have a pastry cutter, you can just use 2 knives and cut up the butter like this. Or some people even use their fingers and mash it up that way. But if you do that, be sure the butter is cold because the warmth of your fingers will kind of melt it a little bit. Okay. This is the crust, and what I've done is I've lined a 9 by 13 inch pan with parchment paper, and when it bakes you can probably just lift it up like this without having to turn it upside down. So about 5 minutes of getting the butter incorporated, this is what it looks like small little pieces but uniform. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it in the pan. Now I'm going to even this out. And the butter will melt into the flour, so it'll form a nice crust. Okay, now the crust is going to bake at 350 for 20 minutes. And that'll form a nice base to put the topping on. Okay, now the crust is done. At 20 minutes it wasn't quite done, so I put it in for another 10 minutes so that you can see the edges are a little brown. I have 4 eggs in the bowl, and I'm going to add to it 1 cup of sugar. Now I'm going to beat the eggs just a little and then pour in 1 cup of sugar. Now this is a modified version because all the recipes that I looked at, they put 2 cups of sugar. Now 3/4 cups of lemon juice. Now half a cup of flour. Mix it up. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Then 1 tablespoon of lemon zest. Mix it up until there's no lumps. Now I'm going to pour in the filling. Just smooth it out. Now I'm putting it in the oven at 350 for 30 minutes. Okay, the timer has gone on. I'm going to let it cool on the rack for about 15 minutes. And I want to transfer it to the board so I can cut it. But if I lift it up now, it might fall apart. So we'll just wait about 15 minutes. Now I'm going to lift it up and put it on the board. Now I'm going to sprinkle powdered sugar all over. Just use a sifter like this. And the crust is on the bottom, so we're not going to flip this thing. I'm just going to cut it up and arrange it in a container or a platter or however you want to do it. Now you see I have no problems with this clumping up. It's lump free because in Vegas it's dry, but in Hawaii you might have to sift the sugar before you use it. Now I'm going to cut this, and you can cut it into any size piece that you want. Now I'm going to try a piece. And that's how it looks. Now I think if you keep this in the refrigerator, it'll firm up, and I think it stays better too. Okay? Try a piece. Very lemony. I've increased the amount of lemon juice so there's a little more of a tang. So really delicious. You gotta try it. So remember, if you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe and comment. And if you have any requests, let me know. So thank you for watching. Mahalo.